All I prayed for every night was to have the woman of my dreams who I can marry and build a life with. I coach men on these very topics, men who run businesses, men who have children. And one of the things that stands out is their relationship with their wife starts to become strained over time. I'm the leader of my family. I have to take accountability. Just like if you run a business and your team members aren't performing well, it's your fucking fault. Dude, it's the little things that show that you think about her, that you love her, and you care about her. Like, dude, you need to schedule time with your wife. But yeah, if you're that fucking busy and you have a million thoughts going through your head and you have stress and pressure of life and you have children, you better damn well schedule it. Schedule date nights, schedule overnights. Welcome back to another episode of the Unstoppable Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Crane, and thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, if you're married, this is going to be an episode for you. If you got a husband, a wife, a significant other, maybe a boyfriend or a girlfriend, fiance, I want you to pay attention. I got my wife in the studio today, and maybe she should do an episode with me one of these days, right? But right now I said, hey, what's a topic I should cover? And she said, I want to hear you talk about marriage. I said, okay, this is going to be a good one. Honestly, for me, like having Jessica as my wife is the greatest thing in the world. You know, before we got together, I just got out of prison, and all I prayed for every night was to have the woman of my dreams who I can marry and build a life with. Like, that's what we all want. We all want that person that we know that we just can connect with and share our lives with and have babies together and experience things and travel and get a home and all this stuff. For me, that's all I wanted. And I remember, like, I didn't have good relationships growing up. I made mistakes. And I remember just thinking to myself, dude, when I meet like the woman who I'm gonna have children with and get married, I'm gonna treat her like a queen. I'm gonna give her my heart and soul. And when I met Jessica, I did right away. And that's why we fell in love, because I didn't hold back, you know, and she felt that. And what it did for me too, like having the right woman or person by your side in your relationship, it's a superpower. All of your ability is going to be enhanced. Like all of your strengths are going to be strengthened. And for me, what it did is there was this void that I had where I was like seeking something. I was alone. I wanted to have a relationship. I wanted to be in love with a woman that I could build a life with. And I didn't have it. And so it was always this thing, right? I'm always thinking about it. It's affecting my actions and how I live my life. Once I met Jessica and I knew I was going to spend the rest of my life with her, that void closed up. And it freed up a lot of creativity, a lot of energy, and a lot of time that I could focus on my purpose and my path. She supported me every step of the way. I remember when I was doing my first Ironman competition, I was so broke. One night we're like laying in bed and I'm like, dude, I want to do this competition, but it's like $750, you know? She busted out her card and she just paid for it. She's like, dude, do it. And she went with me and watched me. And those are the little things. Like, she's been by my side every step of the way, and she always has supported me, and she's strengthened me, and we've built this beautiful life together. Now, fast forward, we have 3 children, 1 more on the way that's due next month, our baby girl, Bella. And, you know, our relationships changed over the years. It's not just her and I, and we talk about this all the time. And so having 2 children, Scarlett and Preston, back to back, that was a lot. That's like, you know, it's almost like having twins. They're 14 months apart. They're Irish twins, right? Is that what you call them? And Mason, who's older, he has a whole other set of not problems, but things that we have to attend to being a teenager. So there's a lot going on in the household all the time. By the time the kids get up in the morning and we're getting them ready for school, Jessica and I barely have time to talk before I'm out the door, dropping them off. I'm working all day. Then when I come home, we try to have conversations, but the kids are always pulling us in different directions, right? And I'm sure you parents can relate to this. I coach men on these very topics, men who run businesses, men who have children. And one of the things that stands out is their relationship with their wife starts to become strained over time. It's so important that as you're getting older and as you're raising children, you're not just maintaining a relationship, but you're growing closer. And this is something that was actually on my mind today, because I realized, like, you know, the last couple weeks, and especially the start of this year, 2025, I haven't had a lot of time with my wife. I'm in fucking go mode. I'm building my business. I got a lot of shit on my plate that's been on my mind. She's pregnant. You know, we got young kids that are in school. Like, there's a million things going on. And I thought, man, why am I not carving out like 2 hours multiple times a week just to go have lunch with my wife and spend time with her? You know, we do overnights. We have time on weekends to do date nights, you know, and on the weekends we spend time as a family. But one of the things that's really been standing out that I'm going to start doing, and that you guys should all do, is be intentional with how you get alone time with your wife. Don't just do it sometimes or at night when the kids go to bed. You know, you got to be very intentional and schedule it. Like the busier you get, like I am, and the bigger goals you have, whatever you are intentional about and focus on is going to transpire in your life. It's going to materialize. But if you neglect things and just assume, oh, because it's been this way, it's always going to be that way, you're actually jeopardizing whether it's a relationship, a business, your health, whatever it is. So for me, I have to plan everything out ahead of time. If I can look at my week on Sunday and I see business-related activities, times with the kids, time with my wife that's intentional, where I'm present and focused on her, that's going to create the life that I want to live. That's going to help our relationship to continue to grow stronger over time. That's going to make sure that she feels supported and loved. And this is the other thing too. Know your partner's love language. Like, what is it that they really need from you? I don't think a lot of men know what their wives actually need from them. I know that my wife's love language is time together, uninterrupted. And we don't get a lot of that. And that's my fault. I'm the leader of my family. I have to take accountability. Just like if you run a business and your team members aren't performing well, it's your fucking fault. It's not their fault. You are the person that sets the tone. You are the person that's going to reap the rewards or suffer the consequences. So a change that I'm going to make is I'm going to start scheduling intentional time with my wife multiple times a week where I can carve out 2 hours of uninterrupted time where I'm present and I don't even have my fucking phone near me. I know for her, that would make the world to her. That would mean the world to her if I was doing that. The other thing that happened the other day, and I shared this on a coaching call, is my wife bought herself flowers. I came home and she bought herself flowers. I'm like, dude, Sean, you're fucking slipping. Like your wife bought herself flowers. So now I put a calendar note in my phone. Every Friday it says, buy your wife flowers. Like, why would I not bring her flowers home every week or chocolates or do all these little things? It's the little things, man. The guys start slipping on the little things, and it's not the big trips. It's not because you have a bunch of money that she could spend. Dude, it's the little things that show that you think about her, that you love her, and you care about her. Like, that's the stuff that really stands out. And so I like talking about it because for me, it always kind of brings it back into my awareness. If you're good at something in life, it doesn't mean you're always going to be good at it. You have to maintain, you have to be proactive, you have to work at it, whether it's in the gym on your body or in your marriage at home. If you stop focusing on it, if you stop working at it, you're jeopardizing everything that you have. So that's just like me kind of coming from the heart. To be a good husband, I think, means to know your wife and to know what she needs from you. It means being a leader at home. It means being dependable, but it means being able to show love in a way where people truly feel it and receive it. So know your partner's love language. Make sure that you're intentional with your time. If you're like me, you need to actually schedule it, which some people might think sounds kind of stupid. Like, dude, you need to schedule time with your wife. But yeah, if you're that fucking busy and you have a million thoughts going through your head and you have stress and pressure of life and you have children, you better damn well schedule it. Schedule date nights, schedule overnights. Schedule doing those little things each and every week, and over the course of time, you're going to do them more. And because of that, you're going to keep the relationship connected, and you're not going to get resentment from your wife. You're not going to do things that piss her off, and you're going to have a better marriage long term. So if this episode was valuable for you, if anything I'm saying is making sense, share it with somebody. If it's not, like, maybe shoot me a message and I need a relationship coach. But we'll keep bringing the fire for you guys. And again, subscribe, share, like the channel. Appreciate your support.